Hey Nerdsomnia, it's Kenneth here. This is the time-lapse process of a recent custom HG Gym I've been building for a client. So the inspiration for this final piece was the RGM-79 from Gundam Thunderbolt. The first step to build this Gundam was to cut off the runners into its separate pieces. However, because this was a custom paint job, I had to figure out which parts to paint in what color. To do so, I had to cross-reference the instruction manual with the final box art and the inspired pictures to figure out which colors go where. Marking the pieces, I was then assured which pieces I had to paint. So once it was sorted and sprayed, the pieces were left to dry before assembly. Having already built a few Gundams, it kind of should be noted that most of the time spent on a Gunpla, it's on its body frame during preparation. Basically, when assembly was done, the next steps were paneling, decals, and the top coat. So, I top coated the individual parts before paneling to protect the paint job in case of errors. Paneling was the most difficult step in this build because usually I use enamel panel washers, but because the underlying paint coat and the fact that the Gundam was mostly white, it really did not give me any room for error for paneling. My go-to is either the Gundam marker or the 0.03 Copic liner. This part requires a steady hand and good hand-eye coordination. It took a good deal of time, but I managed to go through in the end. And once the paneling was done, what was left were the decals. The client provided 2 sets of water slides and instructions on specific decals he wanted to see on the Gunpla. And so, applying water slides is simple and I won't go into detail how I do it there, just Google it. But I found that soaking the water slides is unnecessary. Just dipping them and just leaving them on the side of a table to dry was more than enough for the water slides to come off after about a minute. Accompanying water slides were both Mark Softer and Mark Setter. These helped to soften and melt the decals onto the Gunpla. It took some time to shift the decals back and forth and have them stick, but precision was not as required as paneling did, so I could make a few adjustments while applying the decals. When that was done, I top coated the Gunpla and used some paint leveler to even out the final paint job. So here is the finished final custom piece. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.